South of downtown LA. You're watching Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy. Both the Bruins and Trojans fighting for their NCAA tournament lives. Arizona won the regular season title for the 4th time in the last 5 years. USC has won 4 games in a row and therefore has locked up the 2 spot, which means a bye in next week's Pac-12 tournament in Vegas. UCLA needs to win and it will get a bye. If the Bruins lose, they finish out of the top 4 and will fall all the way to 6th. Dave Cash alongside Hall of Famer Bill Walton. We got a lot of stake, spots at the NCAA tournament, and also a great point guard matchup in this one, Bill.
The lights are all shining. This is the City of Angels. The cold rain is falling on the basin. Snow in the mountains. It'll be 3 degrees up in San Gabriel Mountains tonight. But in this building, it is red hot because we have legendary guard play. Aaron Holiday for UCLA, statistical leader for so many moments of this incredible career, just a junior, and he'll be going head-to-head against Jordan McLaughlin. They just had senior night here in Big Galen Center, this beautiful building that's been in existence for 12 years. Jordan McLaughlin is atop so many career statistical categories for this mighty Trojan program, and we are about to determine the fate of the known world one more time here as we come to the end of the line. Pac-12 basketball.
UCLA right now is among the first 4 out, according to Joe Lunardi. USC in the last 4 in. And USC without a key performer tonight. Jalen Hand sprained his right ankle in practice. He had been starting. He is out, so the depth for UCLA not there. They may have to play a walk-on at guard.
Does Lunardi get cable television?
Well, he works for a cable network. Here's Holiday from outside, the leader in three-point shooting in the Pac-12. Well, it's interesting that he does have Arizona State in. He's not the only one. Most projections have Arizona State, and yet the Sun Devils finished 9th in the Pac-12.
That's why I'm asking, does he get cable television?
Here's McLaughlin.
So 2 runners down the lane for the Trojans. It can't finish. Gigi Goleman just beautiful finding of Chris Wilkes.
And McLaughlin with a rebound. McLaughlin playing his final home game here at the Galen Center. 3-year graduate of USC.
He's already working on his master's degree in communications. Family was here. Fantastic ceremony. All the family members. Jordan McLaughlin is from about 30 minutes with no traffic east of here. 5 hours during rush hour.
Rebound by Rakocevic.
Etowanda, right at the base of Mount San Antonio, known to the locals as Mount Baldy. As tough a bike ride as you'll ever do. Jordan, he likes the flatlands.
Here's Elisha Stewart, another senior for USC. Set the school record for the Trojans and made 3-pointers.
Over the top here. Every play for the Trojans has been at the basket area. Andy Enfield, just a genius of a coach, realizing that the Bruins are shorthanded. He's going to attack the rim. Any of the Bruins get in foul trouble, this will be a huge advantage for USC. And to see this crowd here tonight, to see the USC band under the direction for 48 years of Arthur Rantner, just absolutely incredible. Striking up the fight song. Everybody here early.
You mentioned Enfield. Well, he did 15 seconds ago anyways. McLaughlin to the shot. Enfield leading USC to 2 NCAA tournaments, a chance to get there again this year. They're at their best mark here at 17 games into the Pac-12. In 20 years, 12-5 in league play, best in 2 decades at USC.
Last year, they set a school record for most wins. Andy Enfield, who was valedictorian of his high school, Shippensburg, Pennsylvania.
McLaughlin gets the bounce on a 3.
His dad, Bill. His mom, Barbara. School teachers, coaches. Although Bill stepped aside from coaching Andy once Andy got onto the high school team. Wisely. Beautiful passing.
Until Goleman throws it away.
Well, wait a second. The idea was perfect. You asked the receiver, where would you like it next time?
Steve Alford in his 5th year as well at his school did not. He's been to 3 Sweet 16s. The other year, they didn't make the NCAA tournament, so they're in danger of not getting into the big dance for the 2nd time in 3 years. They won just 15 games 2 years ago. Then they had that great recruiting class with Ball and Leaf, and they made a run to the Sweet 16 last year.
For those keeping score at home, the Sweet 16 used to be the first round of the tournament.
Prince Ali in the paint, floats it up and won't go. Rebounded by Chimezie Metu.
Chimezie Metu, another Los Angeles native here, born in Harbor City. Moved up when he was 5 years old to Nigeria.
And Thomas Welsh fouls Metu, who's had some big games this year. The game-winning shot to beat Oregon a couple weeks ago. Had 21 points on the road and a win at Colorado.
The Trojans continue to attack the paint. Chimezie Metu, when he's on his game, is as fine a player as there is in the Pac-12. Thomas Welsh picking up the foul there. Thomas Welsh can ill afford to get any kind of foul trouble. Very mobile front court for these USC Trojans, who have won 10 of their last 13 games.
They did change the foul bill to Gigi Goleman, but you're right, neither guy can get in foul trouble. So now that everybody has played in the Pac-12, because you said you would not make your announcement until we knew who won the regular season. Arizona won tonight. They won the championship. Is DeAndre Ayton the player of the year, or is Aaron Holiday the player of the year in the Pac-12?
DeAndre Ayton, player of the year.
He was leading the conference in both scoring and rebounding coming into tonight's game. Arizona had a tough one with Cal that ended up winning.
He was close to being one of the fifth players. Oh, he's supposed to be in the fifth player ever to lead in points, rebounds, and field goal percentage. Kareem did it twice.
Welsh with the basket, 7-5 SC. McLaughlin against Holiday.
In this matchup, February 3rd at UCLA, Aaron Holiday clearly had the upper hand against Jordan McLaughlin.
Rakocevic, beautiful drive. What a year he's had. Sophomore from Chicago, he's really come on.
He saved their season. He saved their season when Benny Boatwright got hurt. Benny here in attendance tonight, a junior. Season-ending knee injury, dislocation of the knee. Ouch. You ever had that happen to you?
I have not. Great ball from Holiday. That's 2 triples already for Aaron Holiday. 72 on the season. There's Boatwright.
Also an LA native. His father, a Los Angeles police officer. Thank you for your sacrifice, Mr. Boatwright. And somebody please tell Andy Enfield to stay down by his bench. You can't see the game here.
That's right. We're in a unique position here as Rakocevic misses. Our broadcast location is actually at the scorer's table, so you can see Phil there. Andy right in front of him.
Please, Andy. Try to watch the game here.
Yeah, he doesn't care what you think right now. Jonah Matthews just picked up a foul for USC, the first on the Trojans.
Right now?
Right now, he's worried about what Bill Vinovich is calling. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get back to 100%. And in part by the LG V30. Look, there's Luke Walton's house.
The beach, Santa Monica Bay. Where else on March 3rd could you be on the beach and ski in the afternoon in the mountains?
Pac-12 on ESPN.
The Santa Monica Mountains National Recreation Area. It doesn't get any better than that. Under the oak tree, waiting for the acorns to fall in our lap.
Take a look at the Pac-12 teams that are moving up into the NCAA tournament consideration. It's brought to you by Degree Deodorant. Arizona and Arizona State, according to ESPN bracketologist Joe Lunardi, both in. ASU, though, now the last 4 buys. SC the last 4 in, so he's got 3 teams in. And he has UCLA first 4 out, Washington blown out today. Second time they lost to Oregon, so they're now next 4 out.
But for people who actually follow the Pac-12 instead of read an occasional press release, Utah and Stanford are playing fantastic basketball. For them not to be in the NCAA tournament, ludicrous. Well, it's like they're playing pin the tail on the donkey.
Here is the issue. I will agree with you on this. If you're going to say that the Pac-12 is down, then you can't look at Arizona State at 8-10 and say they're a sure NCAA tournament team. But if you look at how the teams like UCLA and Washington have improved over the course of the season, then it makes more sense that you would have those teams as a Holiday. I don't know what happened there, just lost the handle out of bounds.
Last year was the best Pac-12 regular season that I've ever been a part of. This year has been as spectacular as it was last year. Every game, down to the wire, every game, packed houses, tremendous basketball. Guys chasing their dreams, building their lives, eventually all making it to the NBA where they become stars. And this is just the doorstep right here. Jordan McLaughlin just waltzing in. It's as if he was waiting for the drummer to set a different beat for everybody else.
He's got 7 of the 11 points for USC.
He's already played better in this game than at any moment during the game at UCLA February 3rd.
Here's Welsh from the corner, off the side of the backboard. There's Gigi Goleman with a nice follow. 1-point game. I don't think that you're going to see more than 5 teams get in, but I think you realistically can make the case for 5 Pac-12 teams. I know you said 9.
There's 9 really good teams.
There might be 9 good teams, but there's not 9 NCAA tournament teams.
Well, okay. When they announce the brackets on Selection Sunday, I'm going to come to your house, and I'm going to tell you these 9 teams that are better than all these other truck stops that are going to make it into the tournament.
Good thing you don't have my address. Missed 3 by Ollie.
I'll find it. I know how to use Google.
What play by McLaughlin, the half-court alley-oop to Metu.
This has been spectacular basketball for the Trojans. The elite from the USC athletic family and business family are all here tonight at Galen.
Wilkes misfires, Rukosevic rebound.
Lou and Helene 12 years ago shelling out $50 million out of the $147 million it took to build this building.
McLaughlin missed the shot and then out of bounds off SC.
Transition basketball. Steve Alford this morning was just adamant to his players. You have got to get back on defense. You've got to see the ball. I'm not sure anybody could stop that no matter how far back you were. I got this picture of Kareem over here, his new audio book. Maybe he could have stopped it. He's 70 years old now, soon to be 71. And not here tonight.
Holiday too strong in the 3. You saw that note about Jordan McLaughlin, 6th all-time in Pac-12 assists.
Staggering numbers for Jordan McLaughlin for the starting backcourt.
McLaughlin number 2 at USC all-time in assists, number 5 in points, number 5 in steals, and he's had a big impact so far in this game. Here's Metu going for the left-handed throwdown, and then a foul basket by Aaron and a 3-point opportunity.
Shaq Aaron for Andy Enfield. A deeper team, USC. A fresher team right now, playing at home in front of this raucous crowd here. Lynn Swan in attendance. Lynn Swan, the second-year athletic director. But with Shaq Aaron coming off the bench, as well as Usher, as well as Derek Thornton, they're getting 22 points a game off their bench in college basketball over the last 16 games. That is staggering, and you don't even have Benny Boatwright playing anymore. Benny should not have played in the game at UCLA on February 3rd. His foot was really bad. He came back. His foot got better. There's Lynn Swan, San Mateo, California native, USC, class of 74, NFL Hall of Famer, 4 Super Bowl championships, national championships, Rose Bowl, Pac-8 championships here at USC. Beautiful pass. The clinic is being unveiled right here. This is the vision of Andy Enfield basketball. The Bruins appear to be in real trouble.
Well, 7-point lead for USC, largest of the game. 12:40 on the clock. Here's Wilkes driving and Metu. Nice finish by the freshman from Indianapolis. Chris Wilkes averaging 14 points per game on the year.
A Mr. Basketball, a guy who can really change everything for UCLA. He can run in the open court. He can knock down threes. Big time player. Needs to be more assertive right now because this Bruin team looks rudderless.
McLaughlin, great pass. Metu, another stop. McLaughlin right now running circles around the Bruins.
This is a complete turnaround of what we saw at UCLA. Aaron Holiday in that game had 23 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists. It would be unkind to mention what Jordan's numbers were that day.
And a foul here as Olashinsky got hacked by Metu. That's his first. Speaking of running circles around people.
It's time. They're going to bring the little chairs out.
The little chairs.
The little chairs are here.
The best or worst of Walton's world, depending on your perspective.
Oh my God. How awesome is that?
The team that scores the most points wins.
Oh my God. Oh. Washington State. Washington. UCLA. Yeah. Justin Bibbins. I'm told not related to Justin Bieber.
How's Baxter doing?
He died 3 years ago.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen this guy at the front row at the Beach Boys concert.
The Duck and I are close. We trained together.
I saw that. He was helping you do bench pressing today, right?
Right.
Puddles.
Your name is Puddles? Do I have one of these? Does mine come apart like this?
Do you eat mushrooms?
I love mushrooms.
I am indeed the luckiest guy in the world. Drifting and dreaming. A tiger in a trance, a saint of circumstance. What was your name again? Where have you been?
I feel bad for that Bart. That tree has no idea where your mouth has been.
No, that was very nice. Tasty. I love mushrooms. I love the Pac-12. And I love this game. I'd love this game a lot more if the Bruins were playing better. But right now they're getting their hats handed to them.
You're unbiased tonight. SC with 6 field goals in the paint. 4 of them are dunks. Meanwhile, Steve Alford's team settling for threes. 10 of their 15 shots have been three-point attempts, and they made only 2 of them.
Okay, so 39% of the shots on the season for the Bruins are three-point shot attempts. What does the Houston Rockets take? What's the percentage of threes? More than
like 50.4, which would be an NBA record.
Okay.
No one's ever done that, Bill.
So Steve today at practice, he told us, hey, we got to keep our turnovers down, we got to control the board, and we've got to dominate the transition game. But having lost 2 in a row, now playing the second consecutive senior night game on the road, the Buffaloes up there ran a stampede on the Bruins, and the Bruins are just getting killed on the offensive glass.
Chris Smith just committed a foul, his first.
Chris Smith, the youngest player in all of college basketball. A young man, born in Chicago, raised in Dallas, prep school in Huntington, where
West
Mike
Virginia.
D'Antoni went to college, and his brother Dan. And here's a guy, Chris Smith, who skipped the 2nd grade. How many grades did you skip? Or did they put you back?
Matthews at the line doesn't get the bounce on the first one. Jonah Matthews, whose brother Jordan
USC, the second,
was at Cal and went to Gonzaga after that.
USC, the largest private employer in all of Los Angeles. Los Angeles with an economy that is bigger than Saudi Arabia's economy, bigger than Sweden's economy, bigger than Switzerland's economy, and we are right in the middle of it. They got a new light rail system that brings it right here. From the beach, Santa Monica, to USC, to LA Live.
Here's zone defense by USC.
Andy told us he's going to change it up all night long. Confuse the Bruins here. Aaron Holiday has not had impact on this game yet.
Well, he's got 2 threes.
3-second violation.
He's really the only Bruin that has had an impact offensively, Aaron Holiday.
You're talking numbers. I'm talking impact and control. And those are 2 different things.
Well, what else do you want him to do? He's got 6 points, 2 rebounds, a couple of assists.
I want him to be in control of the game. And right now, it's USC who's completely in control of this game. They're getting what they want. Attacking the rim, they're throwing it down, they're penetrating. Have they made an outside shot yet? Jordan Usher, what a talent.
Aaron for 3. It's good. Shaq Aaron, a transfer from Louisville.
You're supposed to say that's in my face.
2 threes for USC. Here's Holiday driving. And Wilkes with a 3. Now, prior to that, other than Holiday, the Bruins were 0 for 6 from 3. So Wilkes gets UCLA within 6 midway through the first half.
On the first go-around for all these 3 Bruin freshman stars, Wilkes, Hands, who's not playing tonight, and then Chris Smith. None of those guys had even been to the mountains before, with the exception of Chris Wilkes, who played some USA basketball up in Colorado, but they'd never been to Utah. They'd never been to Colorado. This is a new experience in life for them.
Coming up tomorrow night, we got an NBA game for you, 8 Eastern time. The Philadelphia 76ers. What a great win that was the other night in Cleveland. Embiid and Simmons look outstanding. Meanwhile, Giannis and the Bucks, they've lost 4 in a row. See if they bounce back tomorrow night here on ESPN.
I thought they fired their coach.
Jason Kidd, yeah, that was like a month ago.
And they're still losing? What'd they do that for?
Well, they were winning for a while, and then they've lost their last 4 games.
Well, in the NBA, that's a week. The length of Chris Smith, will that have a difference? Derek Thornton, who's just been playing superb, missed most of the beginning of the season with a shoulder injury.
Rakocevic gets the offensive rebound. They are dominating inside SC. Thornton missed the three, but look at Matthews. No block out by the Bruins.
Jonah usually lives on the arc, but right now he's just attacking the rim.
That was Noah. Jonah lived in a whale for a few days. Foul on Jonah, his second.
We were just with the Whales. Were you there the other day up at Puget Sound? You weren't there?
No.
I don't get it. Where's the other guy?
Yeah, that was Roxy. I took the night off. I needed it. Alec Wolf is on the floor. This is interesting that Steve Alford has gone deep to his bench. A walk-on has played only 7 games, only 3 games in conference play, and he's in there in the first half of a critical game.
He's fantastic. He's from Del Mar, went to Torrey Pines High School, played for John Olive. John Olive, a legend from Villanova. Wow, that's a shot there. Jordan McLaughlin ran right by him.
That's in your face. 3 threes for Aaron Holiday, who's taking control of the game for UCLA.
Trailing by 5. Control and impact. That's usually determined by the guys who are winning the game. As John Olive did a lot of that. As a college player, as a pro player, oh, beautiful pass there.
Rakocevic with a throwdown.
Rakocevic's older brother is here tonight, Peter. Peter, who played at Sacramento State, played at Northern Illinois.
What a play to McLaughlin, who's one of the Pac-12 leaders in steals. And then they're going to get Chris Smith for another foul. That's his second.
So Nick Rakocevic, his older brother Peter, he had a top 10 Sports Center throwdown playing for NIU. Just basically tore the basket down.
Speaking of tearing the basket down, how about 5 dunks by USC already? They do whatever they want inside.
Nice defense. First of all, to play good defense, you've got to have great guard pressure that either contains or drives the ball into your big shot blocker inside. But Thomas Welsh, the immortal Irishman, the anchor of this great Bruin team.
Elijah Stewart misses a 3.
Thomas Welsh has not had good games of late. Up in Utah, couldn't make a shot. Same in Colorado. Hasn't had an impact yet. Talked to him before the game, asking if everything's okay, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally. He said yes, but we're not seeing the typical immortal Irishman on the court.
Well, you wonder, played a lot of minutes as a big. 3 ball from Stewart, the all-time leader in threes at USC, pushes the lead to 10.
Elijah Stewart, who has played in 132 consecutive games now, and that's a staggering statistic. Considering that Kareem only was eligible to play in 88 games.
Holiday with another 3-pointer. He's keeping the Bruins within striking distance. 4 threes here in the first half.
But Aaron is at his best when he's got the ball in his hands, not being the spot-up shooter.
That's got to be a backcourt violation. Rakocevic throws it into the backcourt. Rakocevic is saying that it was deflected and that it should not have been a violation, but it is UCLA ball when we come back.
Hey, the refs say play on, the boss says it's fine, and over the top here, that is fine, as the Trojans are throwing it down and extending their lead at will. It's generally best to deny Chimezie Metu the throwdown.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Get ready for the best traction on and off the court. Get weather ready. Goodyear, more driven.
California, meet me on the burning shore. California knocking on the golden door. That's Palos Verdes. Bring your bike. In the background, Catalina Island, where all dreams do come true. Twin Harbors, Avalon, let's go, Buffaloes.
And time now to take a look at Steve Alford in tonight's Infinity's Coach's Corner. Alford, in his 5th season at UCLA, has been to 3 Sweet 16s. Alford, a terrific player at Indiana, won a national championship in 1987 for Bob Knight. Take an Infinity timeout in your day to vote for your favorite coach and charity.
And like Andy Enfield, one of the great free throw shooters in college basketball history. Steve finished his career at 90%. Andy Enfield, playing for John Hopkins, Division III. He's the Division III record holder for free throw percentage at 92.5.
I believe it's almost Johns Hopkins.
John Hopkins, Johns Hopkins, plural. Really? I did not know that.
Here's Alec Wolf letting it fly. And how about that? The walk-on off the bench with a big three to get UCLA within 4.
You seem surprised. The guy's an excellent ball player. He played for an incredible coach, Dave McClure, at Rancho Santa Fe Elementary School before going to Torrey Park.
McLaughlin, short, rebounded by Ali. Chance for the Bruins to get within 2. Ali taking it the length of the floor and getting it off glass.
Lower the shoulder, just take it right into the defender. Alec Wolf has taken the game away from Jordan McLaughlin.
And meanwhile, the Trojans settling for threes, shooting it early in the shot clock. And they've been able to get whatever they want going and move the ball.
One pass and you get a dunk.
8 straight points by UCLA.
But this crowd tonight at Galen is just fantastic. My dream is that it's like this every single game.
Ali from Welsh. Good D by Metu.
Look at the defense.
Out of bounds all by Ali.
Best defender on this Trojan team. I was shocked to learn today that the Trojans are 5-0 without Benny Boatwright. Man, that's not the best of signs. Vince Ali, a shining star.
He was 0 for 13 in his career against USC prior to this game.
Why so negative?
I'm just showing you that basket there ended a streak. Actually would have been 19 straight misses against USC.
Thomas Welsh, superb defense.
McLaughlin goes behind the back, goes right at Welsh.
Again,
They say that Welsh went straight up.
Good.
Ali in transition, stripped. And a held ball. Possession arrow favors UCLA.
Aaron Holiday's dad, Sean, a legendary player in Los Angeles. Sean, the patriarch of the most prominent basketball family here in all of Southern California. Sean, who played at Arizona State before transferring back here to LA State. His college teammates, Sean's, were Fat Lever 1 year and Byron Scott the next year. His first-year coach, Ned Wolf, the absolute legend. Bob Weidenauer, the second-year coach. Wilkes, that's automatic.
It's the shot. It's a 3, and UCLA on an 11-0 run has taken the lead here at Galen.
A stunning turn of events here. This crowd just pushed back in their seats. Although you're not going to get this student section to sit down all night.
Wolf just committed a foul, his first 16th foul. You were talking about Aaron Holiday and the great numbers this year.
Right.
So he's averaging 19 points, 5 assists. There's only been a handful of guys and only one Bruin to average that amount in both scoring and assists. You know who that was?
Since 1984.
You know who it was? It was you. It was you. You're the only other UCLA player to average 19 points and 5 assists.
No way.
In a season.
Really? All I know is we lost. But you talk about Aaron Holiday's. You talk about Aaron Holiday's money, numbers, and his ability to dominate in the conference. He's number 1 in minutes, number 2 in points behind Aiden, number 2 in assists behind Jordan McLaughlin here tonight, number 2 in free throws made behind Trey Holder, number 3 in free throws attempted behind Trey Holder and Noah Dickerson. We saw him the other night. Masterful footwork inside. And then he's number 3 in 3-point field goals made, Aaron Holiday. I mean, that's a staggering array of statistical dominance.
But he just got a number that he doesn't want. Yep, his second foul. They can't have him get in foul trouble. They're having an issue with the scoreboard here, getting the right number of fouls. It's actually the 17 fouls to 1-1.
Who's that new ref out there underneath the basket? I haven't seen him.
That's Bill Vinovich. He's done NFL games. He's done the Super Bowl before.
What's he doing here?
Well, he does college basketball as well. Gene Sterator, another official. He just did the Super Bowl. He does college basketball games also.
Really?
You need to get out more.
Watching Pac-12 basketball, so I can. What's that guy's name in the cave? He plays pin the tail on the donkey back there in Philadelphia, I think it is. Beautiful drive, Chris Wilkes.
And a 3-point possibility here for Wilkes. He hit a 3 earlier to give UCLA the lead, and now he'll go to the line.
It's a complete turn of events here at Galen Center.
Well, think about how important this game is for UCLA. If the Bruins win, they get a bye, which means they don't have to play day one of the Pac-12 tournament in Vegas. And if they lose, not only do they not get the bye, but they have 11 losses. And right now, your guy Joe Lenardi has them out of the NCAA tournament.
And he's not my guy. You may be named Joe Lenardi, please. I love these Duke, North Carolina, UCLA, USC back-to-back. We had that earlier on February 3rd.
Right.
What's the retired guy's name again? Who works with Jake?
Dan Shulman is not retired. He's just not doing Sunday Night Baseball anymore, but he's still the voice of college basketball on ESPN. Nice play by Jordan Usher, floating that up and in. How about Grayson Allen? The embrace that he had with Coach K on senior night. Been a up and down career for Grayson Allen.
I completely disagree with that.
What do you mean?
Up career. That guy is a tremendous player.
I'm not talking about just his play, but all the tripping incidents. You would consider that a down part of his tenure there? You think he's okay with that?
He plays to win. That's what I like. I'm a big Grayson Allen fan. I'm a big Coach K fan.
Gigi Dolan with a rebound off the Thornton miss. 3-on-1 UCLA. Wilkes puts it in.
Wilkes and Holiday. Now that's control. That's impact. I don't care what your numbers say over there. Please. What I love is just the whole concept of these rivalry games. Being scared is what you're feeling. Being brave is what you're doing. And that's what the Bruins are doing right now. Coming into this remarkable facility on their campus. They stayed at a downtown LA hotel last night. Saw the sunrise, saw the snow on the San Gabriels and said, let's come play.
Elijah Stewart with a score. And the finish, and plus Thomas Welsh picks up the foul.
Timeout. And the little chairs come flying out. So last night they had the manager game here, right? And UCLA won 64-52, and they all came up to me today and they said, we promised, Bill, we did not use the little chairs during the manager game. Right here is Redondo Beach, where Bill Sharman spent the last years of his life, and that's where our SAG stop is on the CAF MDC bike ride in San Francisco to San Diego.
For the 33rd year, ESPN Champ Week continues Sunday. 4 women's title matchups, ACC title game, SEC title game, Big Ten, and then the Pac-12 finishes us off at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, all on ESPN2, and you can watch them live on the ESPN.
Look at this student section here. They were here early, listening to the band, dancing away. The song leaders were out, bouncing up and down. I got the privilege of spending the day here on this remarkable campus and just looking up at those retired numbers there. Number 11, Bill Sharman. Number 23, Harold Miner. 25, Paul Westphal. 44, John Rudametkin. Yes, number 10, Gus Williams, and then number 19, Bob Boyd. The guy who got the first 2 victories ever at Pauley Pavilion, coaching for USC after a tremendous playing career. 3-year letterman, graduated class of 52. 2 years later, they went to the Final Four.
I have a USC foul here, 16th foul. Since we were talking about women's basketball, how about the numbers retired for the women with Lisa Leslie, Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Miller,
Paula McGee, Pam McGee, JaVale's mom, and then Lisa Leslie. Did you say her?
I did.
Okay, so they got 5 up there who are right there, all of them Hall of Famers. Paula, Pam McGee, Cheryl, Lisa Leslie, and Cynthia Cooper.
Off the heel for Olashinsky, McLaughlin with a rebound.
I think we don't ever get to do any women's basketball games. I did one of those a couple years ago.
I was there.
Really?
Here's Matthews in and out on the 3.
Thomas Welsh, yeah. Rebecca Lobo was there. I remember that. Tara Vanderveer, the Hall of Famer. Cynthia Cooper, the Hall of Famer.
SC by 2. 2.5 to play here in the first half.
That's Aaron Holiday's game. With the ball, creating, drawing defenders. Then he can pass it out. To have him be the spot-up shooter is a waste of time because these other guys aren't near in his class.
First Bruins since J.R. Henderson in 1998 to average 19 points per game or better. He's the Pac-12 leading scorer in conference games at 21 per game. And a Bruin foul. That's going to be on Ali, and that is the 19th foul. It'll be a 1-and-1.
But the Bruins, after a horrifically slow and unenthusiastic and unemotional beginning, have come alive. And Steve Alford today is at his best in the practice. He said, guys, come on. Our postseason starts tonight. And if the Bruins win every game the rest of the season, they're going to be just fine.
Well, he compared this game to their game in Tucson, which was maybe UCLA's best played game all year. That was a huge win at Arizona. He said the emotions with the crowd, a packed house, everybody gunning for you, it's going to be very similar, and they've handled it well so far, coming back from an early deficit.
Bruins played well in Tucson, but I've seen three really excellent teams play perfect basketball this year. Arizona State at Kansas. Princeton here at Galen against USC, and then UCLA 4 or 5 times this season. Just play absolutely flawless basketball, and they're doing that for a stretch right now.
Wilkes, another three-pointer. He's got 15 in the first half. The Bruins up 1. That's the third triple for Wilkes, the 8th for UCLA as a team. They had 12 threes in the first meeting, and Andy Enfield told us this morning, he said that was too much. They're already at 8 here with a minute and a half to go in the first half.
Now, this is not Chimezi's game, although the studio guy was calling for that. Whoa.
Are you talking about LaFonso Ellis or Dallin Cup? Because whoever said it, he was right. That was a great move.
Well, yeah, but Chimezi's game is right now is off the ball. You don't just give the ball to Chimezi and get out of his way. You would like to do that, but you're not going very far.
Inside a minute to go. A miss by Ali. Here comes the Trojans. Again, the Bruins in that zone defense.
Once Chimezi, who is a fantastic student and a terrific person, once he learns how to be that lead guy, there's a huge difference between being the leader and the finisher, the creator and the guy that's going to put it down.
Timeout, UCLA. Chimezie Metu with 8 points. USC back in front by 3 over its rival UCLA.
Traveling violation. You pick up that pivot foot, they're going to call that every time. He comes right, his left foot is his pivot foot, and then he picks that up again to get the momentum. But the ability of the Bruins to come right back, showing the skill that they have. Second in scoring in the Pac-12. Second in threes. First in defensive rebounds. Third in offensive rebounds. They're playing like champions tonight.
USC led by 10. The Bruins then took the lead, but the Trojans storming back with a 3-point advantage, 34.9 on the clock. About a 14-second difference between the game and shot clocks. Aaron Holiday with 14 points. Wilkes with 15 to top the Bruins. Wilkes puts it on the floor.
This is Gigi's game right there. Ooh.
Short on the 3. Last touch by USC, and the Bruins can hold for the final shot of the first half.
Watch your face. Goodness. So Jordan McLaughlin was Andy Enfield's first recruit here. Andy, whose wife Amanda is here tonight with their 3 children. They live down by the beach. All those beautiful shots we're getting at Santa Monica Bay.
Holiday keeping it near midcourt. 10 seconds to go in the half.
Got to go now. Come on.
Here comes the ball screen by Wells. Holiday fires to Ali with 3. Ali into the paint. Blocked by Rakocevic. And the Trojans take a 3-point lead to the locker room.
Nick Rakocevic, tremendous first half here. The Serbian Orthodox. There's 12 parishes in Chicago. His prayers are being answered tonight.
John Brickley, Alfa Romeo halftime report. You're watching Saturday Showcase presented by 5 Hour Energy.
Wow, Los Angeles. Coming in on the big airplane. Wow, Redondo Beach Harbor. Yes, the South Bay, thank you, Limp.
And this crosstown rivalry game, USC in front of UCLA, 43-40. Right now the Bruins are in the first 4 out. USC last 4 in. If UCLA is to come back and win this game,
it's going to have to be Aaron Holiday.
I was going to say, how much more can they ask of Aaron Holiday, though?
A lot more. Come on. leads the conference in minutes played, right? I mean, the guy's a stud. He's not coming out. But it's Jordan McLaughlin who was in control from the outset. On senior night here, he's from Etowanda out in the Inland Empire. His mom and dad, his 2 older sisters are here. His younger sister, she couldn't come because she's playing for Mount Sac College out there in the eastern part of the city. But his ability to set everybody up and throw it down, Chemezi, who's playing a spectacular game off the ball. Aaron Holiday did his best work early off the ball. They took the ball out of his hands. His teammates were able to find him. He is an excellent spot-up shooter, but the Bruins don't have another playmaker. So that when Aaron doesn't have the ball, and with the big guys, Thomas Wells and Gigi Goleman not being offensively productive, that puts the UCLA Bruins in a serious hole here.
Well, how about UCLA? No steals, no blocks, only 2 turnovers forced, and they gave up 24 points in the paint. And an early foul here. We're also told that Chris Wilkes has a cut lip, but as you would say, Bill, it's fine. He's back on the floor. Prince Ali just committed his 2nd foul.
He's not running at the mouth. That's my job.
Metu underneath.
This is a mismatch here.
Metu was banging with Goleman.
Chris Wilkes.
Stewart tried to force it in there.
Prince Ali's got to have a big game, but most importantly, Thomas Welsh, you got to find a way to get him some shots.
Only 4 attempts. He's got 2 points.
Gigi Goleman, only 2 points.
Good defense by McLaughlin, battling with Holiday. Wilkes, who had a great first half, too strong on the 3. Stewart with the rebound.
It's amazing how many of these Trojans are all just up there at the statistical top of the mountain in career accomplishments. Andy Enfield, wow. The greatest 3-year run in Trojan history.
Yeah, they've won 20 games every season the last 3 years. Only the 2nd time in school history. They've won 4 straight games coming into tonight. They were picked 2nd in the Pac-12. They got off to a slow start, but here they are. They're going to be the 2 seed at the Pac-12 tournament next week. Thomas Welsh, no.
Well, somebody knew what they were doing. They picked Arizona first. They picked USC second. That's the way it's played out.
UCLA still can finish in the top 4 and get a bye next week in Las Vegas. But they have to win this game, or they'll finish 6th and have to play the first night of the Pac-12 tournament. Got a foul inside in UCLA.
How do the Bruins expect to win? You give up an open shot on one side and a long rebound on the other side, please.
So again, UCLA has to win or it will drop all the way to 6th. USC finishes 2nd no matter what. And how about Arizona winning the last 2 games despite all the controversy surrounding Sean Miller in the program to capture their 4th regular season crown in the last 5 years.
GG, tough footwork coming in, but able to recover.
And that's a 16th 3-pointer of the season for the 6'11" senior from Hungary.
How about Thomas Welsh with his 3-point shooting? I mean, in 3 years, he took one and made one. And this year, he has taken 95 3-pointers coming into this game. Wow.
It's about time you read the stats in the game notes. Another foul here on Chris Wilkes, his 2nd.
Busy watching the game, please. USC #1 in scoring margin in the entire Pac-12. Congratulations. Andy Enfield. Wow. You ever been to Shippensburg? Now that's a play right there. If he would do that every time he got the ball, then you would isolate him there.
That's 10 points now for Metu. Goleman may have traveled stepping into that one. The fans here certainly thought he did.
That's called exquisite footwork as you step into the play and then come to a stop.
Goleman for 3. And long rebound to Jonah Matthews.
All the long rebounds are going to the Trojans. Send it back, Gigi.
Rejected by Goleman, and Matthews is shaken up. The Bruins have a 5-on-4. Wilkes to the goal. Puts it in, and a foul. Matthews is still down. And it's a 3-point opportunity on the other end.
These 3 freshmen for UCLA. No Jalen Hands tonight. He's got a boot on his right ankle. Jonah Matthews, we can only hope that he's going to be okay.
And holding an area that
Carter Skaggs is well familiar with.
You get Elijah Stewart for the foul on the other end for USC, his 1st.
Oh, yes. The knee to the groin, always an effective defensive move.
Oh, that wasn't intentional.
Well, the next time that happens to you in the TSA line, you be sure and explain that.
The next time?
Poor Jonah. So how about if we take this moment to congratulate Kurt Karras, the tremendous walk-on player here, who came from Chicago, grew up with Nick Rakocevic. Kurt Karras on the bench, had senior night tonight. Tremendous high school player in Chicago, took a scholarship to play basketball at Chicago State. And then when Andy Enfield got this job out here, he quit that Chicago State job and came out here as a walk-on 3 years ago. He's graduating now. He had never been to California. He just loved Andy Enfield, gave up his scholarship. He wanted to wear number 10 here. That was retired for Gus Williams. He has given everything he's had. His family was here tonight. Thank you, Kurt Karras, for your life, which has given us ours.
Another news, Chris Wilkes has 18 points, and the Bruins are within 2. Stewart misses, but there's Rakocevic again on the offensive glass. What a factor he's been for the Trojans this year.
His length, his timing, his anticipation, and his relentless pursuit of the ball. This guy's going to have a huge career for a long, long time. Just 20 years old. Long arms, taller than I am. I'm a full 6'11". And he's got a real bounce to his step, and he loves to mix it up physically.
Goleman puts it on the floor and throws it away. Bad sequence there offensively for UCLA.
Bruins not rebounding well tonight. The Bruins are allowing Trojans time and time again to go to their strong hand. If you're going to get a guy coming at you with his strong hand, you've got to get your sternum on that shoulder. You can't wait. Thomas Welsh going behind, trying for the block there. A decent strategy if your game is quickness and timing. That is not Tom's strength on the defensive end. He's an excellent ball player.
SC with 7 offensive rebounds in this game, a 4-point lead. USC, if it wins, will finish 13-5. It'll be their most conference wins in 25 years.
That's a crossover.
4th foul on UCLA, and they get Welsh for his 2nd personal.
The immortal Irishman. Have you ever found yourself lying in the mud, in the ice, in the sleet, during a civil war at the bottom of a hill, a war you don't know what the purpose is, and they're asking you to climb that hill, and the other side has dug in positions with heavy artillery?
Of course. Metu with the jumper. The lead back to 6 for SC, which is currently among the last 4 in, according to Joe Lenardi. A steal by Elijah Stewart. 3-on-1. Aaron with the stop.
What a crowd. What a game. What a conference.
Wilkes fouled on the drive. Prince Ali collides with David Hall, who's hearing it right now from Andy Enfield.
Yeah, and Nick Rakocevic is saying, don't bring the little chairs out here, please. We'll take a moment's breath here. But this onslaught of a fast break, that's Andy Enfield basketball. 3's in transition. Shaq throwing it down. They're going to make another Sports Illustrated cover for the wall outside here at Galen.
Do you believe in second chances? Well, here is the new beginning.
Knocked out the shot clock. Are you serious?
Get ready right now with Champ Week, presented by Prism on ESPN.
You can't be serious.
Over 350 games.
354. I hope I get most of them. But
Area coverage provided by Goodyear, celebrating the drive that pushes you harder, lifts you higher, and makes straight even greater. That's Blimpworthy. Goodyear, more driven.
And Blimpworthy, it is indeed the Southland here. The Santa Monica Mountains, the Santa Monica Bay. To your left is Point Doom and Zuma and beyond, all the way to Point Conception. Reading assignment for tonight. 2 years before the mask, Richard Henry Dana, the powers that be, David Halberstam, and then the sympathizer from the chairman of the English department here at USC, Viet Thanh Nguyen.
Meanwhile, goaltending is called here on Chimezie Metu, so count the basket for Chris Wilkes, who now has a game-high 20 points.
Chimezie coming from the backside. That's a good block.
Well, hit the backboard first. It can't, or you count the basket.
In international rules, you can hit it.
college. McLaughlin driving and almost threw it away.
USC is the most international school of them all. USC has more graduate students than undergraduate students.
Metu, face-up jumper over Welsh.
This is Chimezie Metu at his best. You ever bumped into Chimezie Metu?
Yes.
What a rock.
He's the most improved player in the Pac-12 last year, second-team all-performer, has a chance to make the first team this year. Rakocevic just picked up the foul, his second, and the third-team foul on the Trojans. Chimezie Metu, he was the most improved player in the league last year, but he's
better this year.
Yeah, I mean, even bigger strides here in 2018.
So, and that was Michael Jordan every single year. Michael was always the most improved player.
Who's the most improved player in the NBA this year? You go Clint Capella, Aaron Holiday missing.
I'm not qualified to talk on that.
You watch NBA all the time. Because a guy that has a guy that's not going to win it.
I'm not qualified to make a public statement on that, please.
A guy that's not going to win it, but maybe is the most improved player, is a guy that we just saw in that championship week promo, Kemba Walker.
How are they doing in the standings?
Well, that's the thing. They're not going to make the playoffs, and Walker, though, has had an incredible year. It's probably going to be Clint Capella from the Rockets, who, by the way, are on ABC right now trying to make it 15 straight wins.
I like winning.
The Celtics.
I like winning. I played to win. And I respect and honor winning.
Holiday, a rare miss at the foul line. He shoots in the mid-80s.
I also respect the great tradition here at USC. USC has the second most number of Hall of Famers of any school in the history of college basketball. 12. Kansas is number 1 with 20.
Metu, face up again, this time off the back rim.
Gigi Golomon's having impact here.
Holiday in transition, gives it up to Welsh, much needed. Three by the Bruins.
That's the Bruins at their best. Penetration and dish.
Welsh was held to just 5 points against Colorado. He's looked tired down the stretch, had to play a lot of minutes because there's just no depth on UCLA.
Look, if you're not tired, you're not doing anything. Guys who aren't tired are the guys who are sitting on the bench.
Welsh got the rebound off the air and miss.
That's why I have so much respect for the strength and conditioning coaches.
What a finish by Holiday on the drive.
That's why I have so much respect for Aaron Holiday. Andy Enfield's seen enough. Strength and conditioning coaches have only been in college basketball for 20 years. One of the first guys, Curtis Schultz, is here tonight. Rock Stevenson from Utah, Pac-12. There were the very first two guys. Thomas Welsh, penetration and dish. Thomas Welsh, who has added that three-point shot, using the legs, using the strength and his superior conditioning, and then down the lane, no need to dish, lay it in your face. Pacific Ocean, 2 years before the Mavs.
Earlier today, how about the Big Ten championship going on this week at MSG? It's crazy that the Big Ten final is tomorrow. Michigan.
It was a scheduling deal because of trying to get availability in MSG.
That really hurt that UCLA had a chance to beat Michigan early in the year and did not. Kansas with its worst loss of the season, but they win the regular season of the Big 12. Duke, Marvin Bagley, terrific game. They knock off Carolina. DeAndre Ayton, 26 points, 20 rebounds for Arizona, which wins the Pac-12 regular season championship.
Is that DeAndre's biggest statistical rebound night?
Yes.
You were saying yes a lot tonight. I mean, it was like that hill you tried to climb in the middle of the Civil War. How'd that turn out for you?
Terrific. Beautiful. McLaughlin with a jumper. Jordan McLaughlin on senior night, his final home game.
Emblematic, Jordan, of the Trojan motto. Every athlete who walks through here, they are constantly reminded. To be a Trojan, you got to be faithful, scholarly, skillful, courageous, and ambitious. And those words are emblazoned all over this magnificent facility, the Galen Center, now in its 12th year. And Tommy Trojan smiling away here.
Did you think of going to SC at all, or was it always UCLA?
No. I went to UCLA.
I know. I was asking if you thought about going to SC when you were coming out of high school.
No. They asked me to come. I knew everyone here. They could not have been nicer to me.
McLaughlin turns it over, throws it away, trying to hit Stewart. So UCLA down 4 with possession. Again, if the Bruins win, then they get a bye. They get their 20th win.
The home team has won the last 4 games of this series.
They get a bye in the Pac-12 tournament next week. Won't have to play that opening night. USC's locked into the number 2 spot. Here's Smith. Floater is an air ball.
It's right here on this campus that the modern game of basketball evolved from the mind of Sam Barry. He gave it to Jack Gardner. Tex Winter, Alex Hannum, offensive foul. What?
Yeah, that's on Goleman. 3rd foul on him.
What do you do? Foul him with his sternum?
His sternum was moving, and so that's why they called it.
It went from, you could be moving if you're moving backwards. Please. Okay. Now, how is that?
It's a block.
I completely disagree.
Never was in position. He was
there first.
He wasn't there. I think that's the point. He was still moving.
Where did his left shoulder, Chemezzi's, where did his left shoulder hit? In the guy's sternum. Where was his right foot, Chemezzi's, against the defender's left foot? That's how you make that call, please. That's a crossover there.
Swishes home the long 2, and that's 16 points for Jordan McLaughlin.
As well as I've ever seen him play, particularly in such a big game.
Is he the type of player, guard play? We talked about Kemba Walker and what he did. Can Jordan McLaughlin carry a team in the NCAA tournament?
Yes.
Holiday splits defenders. Floater is good.
So that is a spectacular play by Aaron Holiday. But the Trojans, when you come on a double team, the defender's feet have to come together so that he cannot split. You leave a 6-inch gap. Aaron Holiday, Jordan McLaughlin, Peyton Pritchard, they're all going to make that play. Justin Bibbins, Remy Martin, all these tremendous guards in this conference. Thomas Welsh.
Rebounded by Olashinsky. I notice you haven't said Conference of Champions tonight. You did not the other night. What's going on with you? Wilkes, scoop shot, way off.
Look at Lukosevic everywhere. Push the ball, Jordan. Be ambitious.
Another crossover. 3 off the mark. Wilkes boards it.
This Wilkes, who got punched in the mouth in the first half, come out here and just play the fire, anger, pride, tenacity. Beautiful back cut pass. Throw it down one time.
That's Chris Smith with the throwdown. Holiday with the great look.
What a game. Pac-12. Sad that it's coming to the end of the line.
You'll be in Vegas next week for the Pac-12 tournament.
Las Vegas, please.
This is our last regular season game, although I think we may see each other in the near future in the postseason.
You sound so enthused. Dynamic guards here. Absolutely dynamic visuals all night long. The Pac-12, the California Golden Shore, 2 California young men, Jordan McLaughlin from Etiwanda. Yes, and then Aaron Holiday right back from Los Angeles. They did not play against each other until they got into college. Shocking, but the sunset here, so beautiful. Have you ever been on a ship off Point Conception that's been blown to Hawaii?
Yes. Bill, you're always saying Joe Lunardi is stuck with his head in the sand in a bunker.
He's a craved gun.
This is in your face because over the last 5 years, he's missed only 5 teams.
He plays pin the tail on a donkey, and then he comes back afterwards and corrects his answers.
Last year, he got every team right but one. 98% in the last 16 years. And here's what he says about the Pac-12 right now. Although I agree with you that I think the Pac-12 is much better than they're getting credit for. He only has 3 teams in right now.
That's who wants to be in those other places. It's a truck stop.
UCLA in the first 4 out. Washington with the loss today at home to Oregon. It really hurts the Huskies.
Why do you think 40 million people live here in California? Why do you think that the states that represent the Pac-12 are the 4th largest economy in the entire world? Or 6 states. The demographics of the Pac-12.
Unless I check the committee is not considering those factors. Rebound by Wilkes. And by the way, this really is
They want to get people to watch the shows, they should. They want to get sponsors. They want to get Netflix and Starbucks and Google and Apple.
I think they just care about getting into the tournament right now. They can watch Netflix in the summer.
Amazon. I was watching watching Netflix last night. Going to bed.
By the way, this is a must-win really for UCLA as Holiday goes over the head of Wilkes.
They're all must-wins. Please, you're playing against your arch rival. You got a sellout crowd here. So this USC team is so emblematic of Epictetus all the time, right? So Tom Petty, who recently passed away here in Los Angeles, God rest his soul, thank you, Tom, for your life. But the name of their first band, Tom's first band back in Gainesville, the Epics, in honor of Epictetus.
Foul on Rakocevic, his third. 15 foul on USC. A lot of time left, 9:24. Seems like USC's been in control throughout. You look up and you see the Bruins down 2 despite giving up a ton of points in the paint and not forcing turnovers at all. I mean, Steve Alford said before the game, this game's going to be all about turnovers, right. And they haven't been able to force turnovers yet. They're still in the game. It's worked out that way. Only
that's the beauty of basketball, and that's the depth of the Pac-12. Please.
Holiday for 3 in the lead, no, but there is Smith with the rebound.
Finally, a long rebound for the Bruins.
Holiday gets the bounce, and we're all even at 60 apiece.
So now the Trojans are going to play with Jordan McLaughlin off the ball. I just don't get that. Every time he has it, good things happen.
I think they're going to get it to him, like right here.
Yeah, but why wait so long?
Was the first pass of the play. McLaughlin missed the layup. Here's Holiday. Nobody picks him up. He gives it up, and Wilkes can't get the 3. Holiday had the hot hand, but elected to pass.
I'm of the belief that you have the ball in the hands of your best player every time.
Thornton driving and a reach-in foul here on Olashinsky. That is the 17th foul on UCLA. It'll be a 1-and-1 for the Trojans. El Champ Week continues Sunday. 4 women's championship matchups. Notre Dame-Louisville, the ACC title game at 2, followed by the SEC Women's Championship. This is going to be a great game. South Carolina-Mississippi State. The Big Ten title game at 7, followed by the Pac-12 championship game. That's all tomorrow night on ESPN2.
How about congratulations to the USC Sustainability Department that won the football competition between all Pac-12 schools for the greatest success on eliminating waste in their football games. More than 90% elimination of waste for this program here. Tremendous accomplishment. Trojans getting the job done. Whoa, that's a finish. When he learns how to do that every play, watch out.
How about Thornton? That was his first miss at the free throw line all season. And then the Bruins come back down and take the lead. Goldman gets the block, and now the Bruins have numbers. Holiday pulls up for 3, hits it. Timeout, SC.
Yeah, recycle this, the Bruins say. We'll show you trash. We'll talk some right here. Bruins seemingly dead. Corey Alford, another immortal Irishman coming out. Defense leading to offense here. Chris Smith, excuse me. Spelled differently. And a different last name as well. Jumpers in transition. This is the Pac-12.
Freshman Chris Wilkes has had a terrific game in his first game at USC, but watch what happens here as Prince Ali's trying to help him up, hits Wilkes unintentionally in the mouth. This is at the end of the first half.
Oh, nice. Shane Bezidik, the excellent trainer here. Wes Long, strength and conditioning, sewed him up at the half. He's out and ready to go. This guy's tough.
He's got 20 points, Bill. His career high is 21. Aaron Holiday right now, though, the team leader with 24 points on 14 shots. He's at 5 threes. He's got 7 assists as well.
Chris Wilkes, not related to Jamal, but similar in that the shot is automatic. Chick Hearn called Jamal's shot the 20-foot layup. You can give Chris Wilkes a few extra feet on the range.
That's who facing up and was held by Olashinsky. That's his 3rd foul, and it is a 1-and-1 here for the Trojans.
Excellent footwork by Chemezi. Give Andy Enfield some kudos for the academic success of this USC Trojan team. The two seniors, Elijah Stewart and Jordan McLaughlin in the backcourt, are graduates, 4-year guys. Jordan, he graduated in 3 years. He's now in graduate school of Annenberg Communication. Chemezi Metu at the line right here for the free throws. He graduates in 3 years. He's graduating this spring, pre-law.
This is the front end of a 1-and-1 here. Bruins ball on a 4-point lead and a must-win situation for UCLA. This would be one of their best wins of the season. They also won at Arizona earlier this year. Wilkes catch and shoot. It's good. A 2 for Wilkes makes it a 6-point lead.
A 9-point advantage in the second half alone for this Bruins squad. Seems to have woken up once Aaron Holiday decided to quit giving the ball up early on.
New career high for Wilkes, 22 for the game. How about Holiday's play the entire game? He leads the Pac-12 in minutes played.
He did that the same thing in the game at UCLA. UCLA outscored the Trojans 22-10 in the last 8 minutes of that game. Beautiful, coming off the screen. The way his idol, Reggie Miller, did so perfectly. And the footwork that's required to execute that play. Where was that game the other night with the big New Zealander, Sam Timmons?
By the way, that's the 4th foul on Gigi Goldman.
So that game up in Washington, right? So I'm watching this game. I'm watching them warm up. The drill they were running for Sam Timmons, he had to stand there and let the defenders just run into him. And the guy's like a block. He's like Sven Nader. Oh my gosh. And the players were getting injured running into a stationary guy in practice. Oh my gosh.
Back to the game, UCLA by 4 with 7 minutes to go. Mentioned Goldman with 4 fouls, so he's out. Chris Wilkes gives it to Welsh.
Penetration down. That's UCLA basketball. Those last 2 possessions just absolutely perfect, showing why this UCLA team, probably the best offensive team in the entire Pac-12.
Well, they do lead the league in scoring and 3-point shooting in conference games, but it's their defense in league play that's been outstanding, and they get a stop there. They've got a 6-point lead, 6.5 to go. Wilkes penetrates.
Beautiful penetration and dish.
Oleszynski for
3 straight times. Andy Enfield, another timeout. This is a disaster for the Trojans. I mean, they got a packed house here. And the crowd was so fired up, and now they've just been pushed out. And for the visitors, that is a dream come true.
And it's
make
no
them
guarantee
cry in their beer. Make them leave early. Make them boo. But moving without the ball, getting it, driving it at other people's defenders. Chemezi will come on that penetration. And now it's Chris Wilkes one more time. A lot of Chris's on this squad. But Oleszynski is so valuable to this Bruin attack. I mean, you got 3 big guys who can all fight for the ball, grab rebounds, block shots, and knock down jumpers.
Joe Lunardi right now has UCLA first 4 out. If they were to win, that'd be a sweep of SC along with the win at Arizona, Kentucky as well. And they did lose to Colorado twice.
Colorado's an excellent team.
Yeah, but they're not an NCAA tournament team.
Well, why not?
Because they're not.
Okay, how many Colorado games have you done this year? How many?
Have I broadcast or what? Does it matter? It doesn't.
Yes.
No,
okay, you've never seen them play.
I have one. I watched them play USC just last
watch
week.
them all the time. Right. Okay. Colorado is a superb team. Utah is excellent. Stanford is excellent.
But they're not NCAA tournament teams. That's the difference, Phil. Not everybody can get in.
Why not?
Because there's only 68 spots, and you have all these teams that win smaller conference that get automatic bids.
Get rid of the automatic bids. You don't need that anymore.
What do you mean?
Why do you need automatic bids? Take the best 64 teams.
Well, it's 68 teams. Are you going to punish then?
No.
These smaller conference champions? What's the point of them playing if they can't have a shot to get into the tournament? Then we have upsets. So it makes March Madness great.
Please. You don't want to live in a meritocracy. You want to live in an aristocracy. You want to live where your fate is determined by birth. Come on.
I'm not talking to you for the rest of this game. Steal by Wilkes. 6 minutes to go. Bruins looking to go up double figures for the first time.
You obviously did not read George Raveling's blog, Coaching for Success today, where he said the struggle that we face every day. For the life we live, or the life we want. Every moment of new freedom involves figuring out what prison is enslaving us.
Holiday with 4 to shoot. Good defense by Metsu. And a turnover forced by the SC defense. Mentioned this is a must-win for UCLA. For SC, this is a big game. It's not a guarantee the Trojans are in the tournament.
How many games did you ever play in that wasn't a must-win? Please.
McLaughlin, not a long one. That was a long shot by McLaughlin to get the Trojans within 6.
I'm shocked. I'm embarrassed. Beautiful. Look at that footwork coming off that screen.
Short, batted out to Matthews.
The guards are retreating too quickly for UCLA. You got to anticipate long rebounds coming your way.
Stewart drives. He's bumped. It won't go, but he'll shoot 2.
How about Elijah Stewart? Not only a great finisher, not only Mr. Durability, 132 consecutive games, but 6th all-time in block shots for the USC Trojans. The guy's barely 6 feet tall.
Listed at 6'5". He's from DeRidder, Louisiana, but he did go to high school here in Los Angeles.
Yeah, he came out here for a basketball camp in the summer. You ever been to DeRidder? So anyway, he basically came to California and defected. But I'm not going home, and we're the lucky ones.
That's the 10th.
We are the land of immigrants. Come on, folks, California, the place to be.
Chris Wilkes on the bench right now, so double bonus the rest of the way for USC.
And the job that the USC community has done here with this $8 billion a year contribution to California's economy.
SC just like that, back within 4. There's Lynn Swan, the athletic director here.
And the incredible contribution to our Olympic program that USC makes. More Olympians from USC than any other school. More medal winners, more gold medal winners. And this crowd is into it tonight. Pac-12 basketball.
Foul on SC, that's the 16th foul. You saw Rakocevic bumping with Wells, so Rakocevic picks up his 4th. You got 3 players with 4 fouls. Rakocevic for USC, Goleman and Olashinsky for UCLA. And remember the Bruins, neither team really has depth because SC lost Benny Boatwright, and UCLA doesn't have Jalen Hams.
USC has superior depth tonight. They got 3 players who can all bring it. They never discount Jordan Usher, who is the classic example of what college will do for a guy, of what Curtis Schultz will do for a young man chasing his dream, building his life.
Holiday, boy, he got fouled. And good call by Vern Harris. That's going to put Holiday, one of the best foul shooters in the Pac-12, at the line for a 1-and-1. That's the 17th foul on USC. There's a really good chance that Aaron Holiday is going to the NBA next year, which would mean 3 Holiday brothers in the NBA. Justin is with Chicago, Drew is with New Orleans, and now Aaron. He's a junior, but the assumption is he will be in the pros next year. And he's had
Is that what he told you?
He didn't tell me that, but there's a lot of discussion about his future. He's had a great year.
Among who? What about the Jones brothers that had 4 at the same time?
Please, last year, every time I said Lonzo Ball and Markelle Fultz were going to the NBA, you kept questioning it.
Yeah, well,
and every time I said Markelle Fultz was going to be the #1 pick in the draft, you questioned me as well. So obviously I'm getting information from people. I don't want to reveal who it is that's telling me that. But just trust the information, please.
Trust is earned.
Holiday misses his 2nd free throw of the game. And he shoots 83% of the year.
Missed free throws have just absolutely crippled the Bruins season. The losses at Michigan.
McLaughlin.
Oh, great defense. To Aaron Holiday. Throw it down, Chris Smith. Throw it down.
McLaughlin reaches in and is called for the foul. So it'll be a 1-and-1 for Chris Smith, who's only a 59% foul shooter. 8th team foul on the Trojans.
He's just getting started, please. Give the guys 18 years old a chance to grow up. You know who's here tonight? Sam Dillon, the most interesting man in college sports for the last few years.
Smith, a freshman from Chicago. They think this kid has incredible potential. He's long. He's very athletic. Just
super
needs some
smart
seasoning.
guy, too. And just an engaging personality. And his willingness to mix it up. I mean, he's as tall as I am. And he's got wonderful hair.
He's listed at 6'9", aren't you?
I'm 6'11".
That's the second free throw.
Bruins not making free throws here.
Inside 4 minutes to go. UCLA by 6 here at the Galen Center.
Beautiful passing.
Stewart goes at Welsh. And he'll go to the line when we come back. Welsh picks up his 3rd foul.
Will somebody please tell Andy Enfield to sit down so we can watch this game?
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5 Hour Energy Shots. Get back to 100%.
That will be the site of the 2028 Olympics.
Championship week is here. 33rd year. We got over 300 games, including some women's championship games tomorrow. Notre Dame, Louisville in the ACC at 2. South Carolina, Mississippi State. SEC Women's Championship at 4:30. Terrific games. Big Ten title game at 7. And then we finish it off in the Pac-12 championship game in Seattle, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific on ESPN2.
City of Angels, City at Night, City of Lights, LA Women. Oh my gosh. What a wonderful place. And what a wonderful job AEG has done building LA Live. Their commitment to One Earth, a completely sustainable environment that Phil Anschutz and his entire squad are doing.
4-point game, Elijah Stewart with a free throw.
The I3 commitment of the USC community with all the major technology companies to create a completely sustainable model for the future. We are so lucky. California, no place like it on earth.
Aaron Holiday has played every second of tonight's game. Around and down! A three-pointer by Holiday pushes the lead to 7. That's his 6th three-pointer.
What a turn of events for this Bruins squad, who looked dispirited, disheartened, and did not believe in themselves when the game started, but they had fought all the way back without Jalen Hands. And now it's Thomas Welsh climbing the ladder.
But Aaron Holiday,
the 6th leading rebounder in the history of UCLA basketball. Soon to pass Don McClain. How many does he have tonight, Thomas Welsh? He was 9 behind Don McClain.
He's got 7 right now. Here's Holiday looking for his 30th point. He gets it on a circus shot. Aaron Holiday taking over down the stretch for the Bruins.
Okay, now it's Jordan McLaughlin's turn to get it right back. This is a disastrous turn of events for the Kirby. Block shot by Aaron Holiday.
Man, Aaron Holiday, how good is this kid?
Second in voting for Conference Player of the Year. Do you get 6 points for that? And this comes right back with the wrong foot in Shaq Aaron's face. I mean, Shaq Aaron is as tall as I am with much longer arms. Now that's a move right there.
Metsu couldn't finish it. Welsh with his 8th rebound. So the Bruins in command. They lead by 9. They were down by 10 in the first half. Remember, in the first meeting, they trailed in the second half by 8. Came back to win. And a timeout by Steve Alford. UCLA right now on the outside looking in, but this would be a huge victory as the Bruins trying to get a bye
Alex
in the Pac-12 tournament, finishing the top 4.
Picture, the excellent sports information director for the UCLA Bruins. Huge contingent of Bruin fans here, but to win games like this on the road, your best player has got to come and dominate, and that is what has happened. Making jumpers early on. Didn't really have control of the game because he didn't handle the ball enough. But in the second half, he's come out and said, look, I'm not passing. One time I'm passing is when there's 3 guys on me, and every guy he's passed to has made the jumper. That's leadership. That's control. That's impact. That's taking charge. That is a champion. And that comes not from where you are, but who you're from. And so his parents, absolutely incredible. Sean, his mom, who's been in academics and education. She was a ball player herself. His older brothers, his sister. Wow, what a family.
3rd 30-point game of the season for Aaron Holiday. And the lead is 9.
Chris Wilson, that high post has been magnificent.
Metsu catches that. How about that block? Just caught the ball out of midair on the shot attempt by Ali.
Gigi Dolomon's defense. Steve Alford always raves about Gigi's defense.
McLaughlin penetrates.
Sends it back.
While Doloman with 4 fouls took a chance. He got the block, and Metsu misses. Holiday saves it.
Bruins just playing superb basketball here. And they have stunned this crowd, including all the huge donors that have built this great campus. USC has never looked better as a campus. Wow, all the new buildings. But this crowd is going to leave tonight in bitter disappointment if they don't get this done.
Timers down to 5. Wills, Jagger, possibly, but can't get it.
Look at Welsh.
Offensive rebound, gets it back out to Holiday.
Run the clock here. Make them foul you.
And there's the 9th rebound by Thomas Welsh, tying him now.
And Bill McMurrow, one of the trustees here, can only shake his head in disappointment and frustration as the Bruins continue to just expand, inhale, and just grow bigger with every breath.
Aaron Holiday, who probably in any other year wins Pac-12 Player of the Year. But when you have a player like DeAndre Ayton in the year he's had, it's tough to win it, especially when Arizona won the regular season crown. But Holiday,
but just be careful how you say any other year.
Was leading the conference in scoring in league games and three-point shooting. He's number 2
What if
in
he was
assists.
here in 67, 68, and 69? Would he have been Conference Player of the Year?
I wasn't alive then, so it's hard for me to answer that.
Okay.
Holiday gets a second free throw. It's an 11-point.
Well, how about 69, 70, 71, and 72, and 73, and 74? Just be careful when you say ever. Any other. Please.
There's scores for 3.
This game's over.
How about this win for UCLA? Losing 2 in a row, finishing with their final 3 games on the road. They're shorthanded, injury to Jalen Hands. They had to play a walk-on in the first half just to get some minutes.
Quit belittling Alec Wolf. That guy's awesome.
It's not belittling him.
You say they had to play a walk-on, please.
27-10 run over.
You know what happened to Chris Wilkes at halftime there?
How about holding
I'm going to
him
do that to you. Please, let's go to commercial break so I can...
Then we'll do this promo with Bucci and Anderson coming up next on SportsCenter. They're going to talk about the Rockets Celtics. Houston going for its 15th straight win. Post-game reaction from Duke, Carolina with Jay Billis. And how the quarterbacks did at the Combine, including the quarterbacks from these 2 schools. Josh Rosen
and Sam Darnold.
Very good.
Are they going 1 and 2?
It doesn't look like it, but they're both going to the first round. Both probably in the
They're
top
from the
10.
Pac-12. And I guarantee you wherever they're going, it's not going to be as nice as it is here.
Well, Cleveland might be the team where 1 goes. Browns have the first pick in the draft and the 4th pick.
Oh, lucky them.
So for UCLA,
there's Alec Wolf, who's a geography major and an environmental studies. He's going to go to graduate school from here. The family moved Jalen Hands, who's just having the time of life. Jalen's from San Diego, Southern California, standing tall. But Alec is going to go to graduate school in architecture, and he's going to be designing the future of the world.
All right, so next week, the Pac-12 tournaments in Las Vegas. In your opinion, how many teams?
There's Tyus Edney.
Right. How many teams can win the Pac-12 tournament?
Excuse me?
How many teams can win the Pac-12 tournament?
9. There's 9 excellent teams in the conference. And they should get rid of the automatic bids to all these truck stops, please. I believe in a meritocracy. You may believe, and I'm sure you do, in a lot of other things.
UCLA outscoring SC 41-30. Andy Enfield going to call a timeout after the 3 by Aaron that keeps the Trojans in the ball game.
This is as fine a victory as I've ever seen the Bruins have.
They're actually going to review it, so no timeout by Andy Enfield. They're going to review it to see if it was a 3 or a 2. So Enfield basically gets. But
USC has
have a
played
timeout,
such
so basically
good
he
ball.
gets a timeout here.
They've played such good ball coming in, winning 10 of 13 and then lost. I mean, that is murderer's row to have to play at UCLA, at Arizona State, at Arizona. That's what makes the records meaningless. I mean,
hard to tell from that look there whether the foot was on the line or not. For USC, this would drop them, assuming that they fall tonight, to 12-6. They will be the number 2 seed, and if they get a bye next week.
This game, it'll be as epic a collapse as we had on January 19th and March 23rd, both of them in 1974.
So they take a point off the board. It was a 2-point shot. UCLA ball with a 9-point lead.
But the Trojans, who became the first school in Pac-12 history to sweep both the Mountain schools and the Oregon schools in the same year.
The Mountain schools have been in the league since 2012.
That's a fact. Please. Science, knowledge, facts, education. Pac-12.
Fallon met to his third, and 2 free throws coming
Okay, so
for
this
UCLA.
victory for UCLA.
Well, this is if the season ended right now before this UCLA game. So
But it
UCLA
doesn't.
would.
It
right.
doesn't end before this game is over.
I know. UCLA is going to flip with Stanford.
Stanford is a superb team, and if their key guys were not injured at the beginning of the season, they would be right up there.
Aaron Holiday, a new career high, 34 points.
And what a spectacular performance on the road. Your arch rivals, Jim, sold-out crowd, senior night.
And how about 6
Look at
of
Gigi
9
climbing the
threes?
ladder.
The numbers for Holiday: 11 of 16 shooting, 6 of 9 from 3, 6 of 8 at the line, 7 assists, 1 block, 34 points, and a victory on his rivals' home floor for the Bruins.
The second half for Thomas Welsh, the immortal Irishman, and Gigi Golemon, superb. They were non-factors, no-shows in the first half. Second half, you could not ask for more, all because of Aaron Holiday's believing in his teammates and continuing to attack and being in perfect physical condition to play the whole game once again.
It was a fun run. We'll see you in the NIT. Enjoy Vegas.
Speak for yourself.
83-72.
Vegas. Set your
Bruins
standards higher,
PSC
please.
Sports Center coming next from LA.